Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. He knows ball. Just before the great holiday of Thanksgiving, Corey to my right, JD to my left. Soren not in his alley this week, unfortunately. Heading to the great state of Virginia. So unfortunately, no alley today. Such a shame. It's such a sad moment. Our fallen beloved hero.
Fallen?
Yeah, he's fallen. He's fallen on his way down.
Fallen off? Or
Yeah, he's taking a tumble, but not in the alley. He must have gotten jumped. Oscar the Grouch must have kicked over his trash can. But yeah, we got no Soren, unfortunately. It's such a shame. You know, I feel like the alleys have been getting better recently.
Last week was peak.
yes.
Beef
Last two.
beef nachos, not knowing the cheese.
And the
marathon.
the sale too, the discount or
The not so discount wings.
The J. Crew fit.
Yeah.
A lot was going on.
It was something. I think he's earned it. I think we have a moment of silence for the sauce boss. Okay, no more silence.
Well, let's get to work.
That was entirely yeah. Says by Soren. All right, let's start this episode as we always do with a little bit of trivia. Does he know ball?
Does he know ball?
Mr. Gorman, what do you got for us?
All right, so crazy thing actually, I forgot to look something up. I had an idea, completely forgot to look it up. So I pulled up something. Don't look at my laptop. Yeah. So what are we? Week 12 now. About to go into week 13. Correct.
Correct. Yes.
Something like that. We're over halfway in the year. Let's go over. We'll do top 3 QBs with passing yards, and then we'll go top 3 rushing yards for the running backs.
Okay, so I know the running backs because they showed the graphic last night. It's Henry, Saquon. Saquon might have hopped him now, but I'm not sure. But it's Henry and Saquon 1 and 2, and Josh Jacobs number 3.
Yep.
And then passing yards is not Goff.
Let's go top 5 for passing yards because that one pretty quick.
All right.
for the week or for the year so
For
far?
the whole
year.
season.
For the year, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Let's think.
We would do sacks, but I stopped the count week 6 after Hush went out, so he's back to sack leader.
Passing.
Who's been slinging it? Pause.
I mean, Baker's been slinging it. He's had a bunch of 300-400 yard games.
Baker's not in the top.
Really? Okay.
I can look at the complete leaders.
Gino?
Geno Smith is number 1.
Really?
Jeez.
He's not number 1 in my
Jeez.
fantasy, that's for sure. But
Baker and Goff are 7 and 8. 7
Okay.
Baker.
Why are you so upset about Gino? You don't like that answer?
I can't believe he's number 1.
He didn't write back.
He still stinks. he still stinks.
Is it the man from Buffalo, Mr. Allen?
Not even in the top 10.
Really?
really?
Oh, that's weird.
But I forgot the good quarterbacks have been like kind of this year, and then like the average quarterbacks have been good. Jaden Daniels?
No.
Stafford?
Not to Stafford. Okay, you guys got like probably 2 more guesses each.
Trying to think.
Trying to find
Burrow?
Oh yeah.
Burrows 2.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think
He's
Burrow.
really good.
Daniels is 11.
Really?
Tied with Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy stinks.
So we need 3 more, right?
Yeah, you got,
3
you
more.
got 1 and 2.
Tell me he's not Derek Carr.
I don't think so.
He's like
been
number
hurt.
37. Number 37 probably.
He was out for like, what, 3 games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
healthy.
26.
26.
Just
All right.
ahead of Drake May.
Who didn't play the first 5 years?
Dak Prescott is still ahead of Derek Carr, though.
Really?
Same with Tua.
Wow, I'm trying to think.
It's not Mahomes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it can't be Mahomes.
He is in 10th place thing.
Yeah, I'm
No.
like,
I
it's
was
not
gonna say, he's been
Mahomes.
playing
It can't be
so
Mahomes.
badly.
Probably number one at taking out your own players though. I don't know if they count that stat or not.
Sam Darnold.
I was about to say, is it another
9.
Jet?
9.
Oh,
All right,
really?
So, say John's got one more guess left.
Everyone's got one left.
Yeah.
Got one more.
Um,
I'm trying to go like through the division.
Yeah, that's. I'm trying to go through my
we've
head.
named like all the quote top.
So
quarterbacks,
okay,
I
so
feel.
you guys have named 10 through 6. So congratulations.
Okay, so we
Got
got
it.
we got the top 10. All right, cool.
Yeah. So you guys got Stafford, Baker, Goff, Darnold, Mahomes in that order.
What about Kirk Cousins?
Kirko is 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kirko is 5.
I do like that.
Corey is carrying this section.
Oh no, I got Geno Smith. So
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
also
I got
How the heck is Geno Smith number 1? Like honestly, like I look at my
He is
fantasy and
like
I'm
that.
like, oh, 12 points this week, but
He's
somehow,
got one of the highest completion rates underneath
Check
Goff
Yes.
and Baker. He's 3rd.
yeah, but he doesn't have a completion rating like Jared Goff though.
Nope. 72.
yeah, that's not good enough.
73.
Trying to think.
CJ Stroud.
4.
I was gonna say Stroud, but I wasn't sure.
One
They've
more.
been
How is
kind
he
of
fourth?
stinky.
He had like a
They've been kinda
82-yard
stinky.
game. How is he still fourth? That's
They've
crazy.
been kind of stinky. I mean, if Geno Smith's number 1, I mean,
Yeah, but Geno Smith hasn't had a game where he threw 82 yards.
he's still been playing pretty bad.
For fantasy, sure.
Stroud is averaging 239.6
a
yards.
lot.
per
That's
game,
with
which-
Yeah.
That's the lowest in the top 10.
Okay, so
So he had like crazy good game then.
Yeah.
recently.
Who are we missing?
There's one guy. He's 3rd.
Kyler?
No.
Hmm.
Call of Duty Double XP weekend was this week, and he did in fact lose pretty badly. So it stays alive a little bit. So Corey, John, you guys got one more guess.
I want to say, but I don't know.
He did throw for 285.
Herbert.
Nope.
Yeah, I was
Not
gonna say
Herbert.
no.
All right.
Where's Herbert on this list?
He's lower. He doesn't throw that much.
20.
20's crazy.
Oh, Lamar.
Yep, Lamar Jackson.
Oh,
is number
Lamar.
20.
What?
I don't know. We
Yeah.
just
We missed Lamar.
So congratulations, you guys did not screw it up this week again.
Here we go.
Uh,
We're on a roll.
Geno Smith, number 1, 3,035 passing yards.
That's wild.
That doesn't
Plus
make
another
sense.
400 this week.
Mhm.
We'll get 400.
I was like, what? Who's he throwing to? Jackson Smith and Jigba. I know DK Metcalf's been out for a couple of games, right?
He's
Metcalf
back,
is
but
back.
He's back,
He's
but
back.
yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah.
Lockett's always there.
Yeah,
A few times the Lockett.
Check down to.
Yeah, no, that kind of caught me off guard too. I did not expect to see the.
Yeah, 3,000. I didn't think he had 3,000.
How many touchdowns does he have?
12.
He
He
has
is 12 touchdowns, 12 picks.
lowest in the top. Lowest in the top.
and leads the league in passing yards.
He's
Like,
going to finish the year with more yards than he did. He threw for the Jets.
He probably has more like.
Like ever? Probably.
He's probably got like more 50-yard catch and like completions, and the guy goes down, and then they just kick the field goal.
oh yeah.
that they give to Kenny Walker every time.
He throws a ton of red zone interceptions too.
Oh yeah.
So they probably said you're not allowed to throw anymore.
His QBR is also like one of the worst in the top 10.
It's because he's top 10 in football. I don't know why we're surprised. All right, let's have a little bit of time. I know John was stewing a little about Geno Smith, a former Jet, but the Jets were off this week, so let's go with your team takes. Yeah.
They didn't lose this week.
Which is a great feeling, isn't it?
But they did make news because of course they do.
There's always news.
There's always news. with
Always
this team.
news.
Not positive either. Like even off the field, they just never know when to get it right. But I mean, with this one, we all knew they were gonna fire Joe Douglas eventually, so might as well just do it now, so he can just enjoy himself. I don't know,
Go to
at
Turkey
his house,
Vegas.
something. Yeah, just go have a vacation somewhere. But staying with football, the Irish Notre Dame, one more win, and they're into the playoff. The CFP, they destroyed Army at Yankee Stadium. That wasn't even really a game. That was just all Irish. I'm very nervous about this week's game against USC. I'm very
They're
tired.
getting in the octagon.
I wish. USC on the road. USC 6-5, so you may not think they're anything good, but they've lost all 5 games by 7 points or less. So they're a very good team. We got to be careful with that. They just got to start out strong, and if you get that win, you probably have a chance of hosting a playoff game, which is not something they would have thought, or even I thought after that week 2 loss. So the big step in the right direction. Staying in the college circuit, St. John's sitting at 5-2. Did not do that great on the road trip in the Bahamas. They lost 2 games. I mean, both were close, but still games they should have won. They had Baylor by a lot of points at the half, then blew the lead, and then almost should have won it in double overtime. Missed free throws, turnovers, and then lost on a buzzer beater. And then yesterday's game was I don't know what that was against Georgia. That should have been a game they beat them by a lot of points. Just didn't. I don't know what happened there. They got 3 more non-conference games left, very winnable games. I think it's Harvard, Kansas State, and some other like garbage team. So they should be 8-2 going into conference play. Very excited about them. I just think they need to clean up a couple of things, but they'll be okay. With the Knicks, they're at 9-7, had a 4-game win streak. They were looking really good. I mean, they can score with the best of them this year, but for some reason, I don't know what it is. They can't play defense. Hopefully they can figure that out. Lost to a terrible Jazz team on Saturday by giving up like 120 points. That's definitely not what you want. But 3 games left on the road trip. They should be done with that this week. Then they head home for a very, very easy December schedule. Like, I looked at it. I don't think there's many teams that have a winning record coming up in December, so they should take advantage of that and get into January with a nice record. Staying in MSG with the Rangers, 12-6-1. Last 2 games, they did not look great. Both goalies have not played well in the past week or so, but they're still hanging in there. 12-6-1, so they're in there, but they need to start playing consistent. Or now I think with games happening every other day, which is something that can help them. Because for some reason they've had like 1 game and they'll have like 3 or 4 days off. That you can't get consistency with that. Will Cooley, got to give him a shout out. Last year as a rookie, he was on like the 4th line. No one really expected much from him. Had 21 points all of last year. Already has 15 points already in 19 games. So he's going to shatter his points from last year. Very proud of him. With Kreider and Trocheck not stepping up, hopefully this guy can keep it going. It's like I said before, Shesterkin not playing great. He's letting up almost 3 goals a game. That's not going to get it done, especially for a guy that wants to get paid as the highest goal in the league. Can't happen. And then, as I said with the Jets, always making news, Joe Douglas being fired. I do have to say, though, I can't wait to sit in my seat on Sunday and watch Geno throw for like 400 yards against the Jets. It'll be fun. It'll be a close game because, of course, that's what the Jets do. They'll play a close game, probably lose in the last like 2 minutes on like a game-winning field goal to former Jet Jason Myers as well, the kicker of the Seahawks. So this will be an eventful Sunday for me.
Should be good. Should have fun.
Yeah.
Corey, you feeling hot or you feeling cold today?
So this was really, really bad week. The only good thing was UNC basketball had another easy game on their schedule. Played the Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii, 87-69. They moved to 3-1 on the year. RJ got back to his game, dropping 18 points, shot better from 3. Cadeau and Trimble continue to be efficient. Ian Jackson, shout out to him, coming off the bench, getting 11, 2 and 2. Shot 52% from the field. They were moving the ball great in transition. Had a 19-1 point transition point advantage, and they play 5-0 Dayton tonight. So we'll see.
Dayton's pretty good.
Dayton's been pretty good. So we'll see if they can get a win. Now this is where all the bad begins.
Deep breaths, Corey. You don't want to start screaming like me and lose your breath.
I'm going to reserve myself
There you go.
for the most part this week. UNC football, they lost to Boston College by 20. They're 6-5 on the year. And it was like they thought, you know what, we clinched a bowl game. Let's throw out everything good we've had the last 3 games. Criswell had 3 interceptions. Hampton ran for just 53 yards. I was just praising him to be a Moi Goi Hall of Famer and drops 53 yards. You might as well just end that conversation at this point. Terrible on 3rd down. Defense gave up 230 rushing yards, gave up 422 yards of offense. At one point, they gave up 24 unanswered. I mean, this was just a bad game on both sides of the ball. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll get a win next week. The Suns... Yeah, maybe I should have been worried about the injuries because they're just hot garbage right now. They've dropped 5 in a row, lost to the Magic and the Knicks this week, 9-7. Booker continues to carry the offense. Tyus Jones was the top scorer against the Magic, but I don't know, the defense is struggling. They let the Magic and the Knicks shoot over 50% those 2 games. And their offense just doesn't really have any depth. I mean, Booker's been consistent. But other than that, here and there, like Tyus Jones might have a good game. Grayson Allen might show up. Royce O'Neal. But I don't know. I mean, the Suns are hopeful KD and Beal are going to return tonight against the Lakers, but they're in need of some help. Now, the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm just going to keep it simple. They mega stink. They are just so bad. 7-12-4, 3 straight losses. They're dead last in the Metropolitan Division. I mean, the Flyers are better than the Penguins right now.
Yeah, you don't take a shot at my Flyers.
But hey, Sidney Crosby, 600 career goals. Let's go. We're wasting away what's probably going to be his final year because he should retire if this season continues because there's no point wasting your time and wasting your money with this franchise anymore. You know, he puts up his 600th career goal, and then they lose 6-1 to the Washington football team of the NHL, like the Utah Hockey Club. Are you like really? Like Mike Sullivan, it's time to go. Like for the 15 plus years I've been a Penguins fan, this is like the worst Penguins team I've seen in my life. Like I feel like I can go on the ice and coach this team. Like it's been so bad. Like 27th out of 32 in total points this season. Our goaltending is dead last. We give up 4 goals a game. It's dead last. You thought Shesterkin was playing bad. We have no goaltending at all. So I'm just making it known, Pittsburgh, that this is the last time I'm mentioning you guys until you go on a 5-game win streak. So
never.
So never again.
The Pittsburgh Penguins no longer exist.
They don't
Yes,
exist
I'll
on
still
this
be a
show.
fan. But for this season, I'm not talking about you until somehow you guys turn around.
I just love how we have Sidney Crosby like blocked off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He doesn't need to see the light of day. He's been used. And lastly, the Steelers. They fall for the victim to the trap game. Embarrassing loss, 24-19 to the Browns. I mean, what the hell was that performance? I mean, really.
The horse was ready for battle.
He's just so grateful to be playing in the snow.
I mean, really, it just seems like every single year, Mike Tomlin, whenever there's just a poor team we have to play against, you play down to them. It's just, listen, like as a Steelers fan, we always get those 1 or 2 games out of the way where we just underperform. I mean, it's not a quarterback issue because Russ played well. He was, 21 to 28, 270 in the air. We had our chances late. Warren had a late touchdown. Few Jameis turnovers, and Russ had a clutch touchdown. I mean, we outgained them. We had time of possession. Why the heck is Mike Tomlin on 3rd and 4 letting Justin Fields take a deep shot downfield to George Pickens? Like, trust in Russ. Like, please. And then on top of that, like, wait, man, what was that punt? That just cost us, like, that was like kicking a Nerf football in my backyard. Like, really? Like, 15 yards? 15 yards. And then, of course, to top it all off, I don't know what's going on with George Pickens, if he's got CTE or something, or I don't know what. I don't know what's happening, but to paraphrase, he's like, they are a bad team and the weather conditions save them. You had 48 receiving yards. And it's not, I said before, it's not a quarterback issue. Like, so, first you're scrapping with all these guys, talking about how, these guys you're fighting with think, they're better than you, and now you're complaining about the weather when you guys played garbage against the Browns. Garbage. I don't know, but hopefully our defense, we should win against the Bengals because Joe Burrow will throw for 500 yards and we'll somehow win with Chris Boswell's leg probably. So, I don't know.
Live and die by Boswell.
Yeah, tough week for Pittsburgh, man.
Yeah, happens.
Vinny, what about you?
Well,
What about you?
Not totally for Pittsburgh. They had a rookie of the year. They had Paul Skeens.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is true.
Yeah, that's right.
If I was a Pirates fan, it
Lord
would,
and Savior.
I know
Yeah.
I know Bigsy was fired up about that.
he was very excited too when they announced him. Paul Skeens very excited.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he loves his life.
Yeah.
All right. We'll start out in the great state of Oklahoma. We'll start on the gridiron, where I couldn't.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Boomer Sooner. And the great words of Luke Combs, ain't no love at Oklahoma, as they take down Bama, possibly ruining their CFP chance. It's Bama. You can never rule them out. But with 3 losses, that is the proverbial dagger. And
Please.
so happy. They didn't play well at all. Oklahoma played terribly. They threw for 68 pass yards. They need to figure something out over the offseason because that's just not it. But Jackson Arnold did go crazy on the ground, 131 yards. Xavier Robinson, freshman running back, had his breakout game, 107 rush yards, 2 touchdowns, a few catches, and a few receiving yards. Again, not a lot of balls through the air for Oklahoma, but they forced Monroe to to 3 interceptions, and Monroe, supposedly a Heisman candidate, might have just lost his case there against
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
that was bad.
Oklahoma, their second SEC win. Who would have thought it'd be Auburn and Alabama? So I'm ecstatic. They clinched the bowl game, which is great. Something I really didn't think was going to happen. Play LSU on Saturday. I'm not expecting a similar result.
You never know.
No, that's true. We don't know, but there is a lot to be left desired. I'm really hoping with either freshmen or transfers they bring in, they can really revitalize the offense. Because Arnold has shown those flashes of being the guy, but and again, SEC. I think in the Big 12 he would have had better numbers. SEC's a lot tougher competition. We all know that. But I'm hoping after a year of being in there, a year of being a starter, more or less full time, he can kind of figure it out. Because otherwise, this ain't gonna be the last time I'm gonna come on here upset about Oklahoma.
Is it in Baton Rouge, that game?
I believe it's on the road. Let me check.
Yeah, I mean they're bowl eligible now, so
Yeah,
who
it's-
cares?
it-
You're like
is.
UNC. It doesn't matter
Honestly,
anymore.
6 wins.
Yeah.
It's
It
a goal.
is. It is in Tiger City.
Oh, was that 40% chance they gave him?
So you're telling me there's
There's
a
a
chance?
chance, Jim.
Jim.
God, we gotta stop. I'll stay in Oklahoma though. I'll go over to the hardwood for the Sooners basketball team.
Soren is alive and well.
Soren is in the
in
notes.
the Google Docs.
Soren.
Hey, buddy. Go away.
Hi, Soren.
Soren, you have an alley to do.
Yeah, hop on. But we'll stick with the Sooners. We'll go over to the hardwood. Only one game. They gotta start playing more games. They have not played enough yet. They beat East Texas A&M, not normal Texas A&M, East Texas A&M. Where's that? Jeremiah Fears made his starting debut, scored 20 points and had 5 assists. Duke Miles 19 points, 3 of 6 from downtown. They're in the Bahamas for Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis. What a name! So I think they're guaranteed. I think they'll have 3 games.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good teams out there. I know they start with Providence. I believe Indiana, Gonzaga, Arizona, Davidson.
Quality teams.
There's 2 other teams, I think. But no, there's a lot of good teams out there. So I'm interested to see how they get tested because they've had cakewalks so far. Like I think this team can be really good, but they haven't played anyone to prove that they're good. So I think Providence is a good first test, and then from there, if we face the Hoosiers, we face the Zags, like anyone we face, I think is gonna be better competition.
Yeah.
Especially saying SEC ball is gonna start soon, and I want to see if this team is gonna mentally break me down like the football team does. Man, the Sooners are really testing me. Staying in Oklahoma, just a different type of hardwood. Going to the professional level as the Thunder 1-1 on the week, lost to the Victor Wembanyama-less San Antonio Spurs. Picked up a W against Portland. SGA and J-Dub just great as per usual. I don't even really need to bring them up just because they're that good. Isaiah Hartenstein making his debut though against Portland in 29 minutes off the bench, 13 points, 14 rebounds. Exactly what I wanted from him. He fills that big man role. And I think coming off the bench is his best fit too, especially when Chet gets back in the lineup. OKC's gonna be dangerous. We'll move over to the city of brotherly love. We'll start on the ice first before we talk about the elephant in the room. It's a good elephant, but an elephant in the room. Flyers 1-2 on the week, still better than the Penguins. But losses to the Avalanche and Hurricanes, and their only W in overtime against the Blackhawks.
That's Blackhawks are bad. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
In all 3 games, did not score a goal in the first. So we got
Very nice.
we gotta get something going early. Konechny doing what he usually does. Had 3 assists across 3 games. He is top 15 in goals in the NHL and top 30 in assists. So he's performing very well. But Flyers still stink. And the last team I gotta talk about. Soren's not here to celebrate with me.
He's
will-
here pretty soon.
Oh no. Oh no.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay. Either way, the Eagles take care of business, and I have in the notes here: birds to the bowl? Question mark.
Birds to the bowl?
Are you bringing them on?
I'm waiting for you to get done. What you got?
Saquon Barkley having the greatest game of his career, having 302 total yards, the 9th most rushing yards in a single game at 255. I think he definitely is in the conversation for Opoi. AJ Brown, phenomenal. 6 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown. And the defense, great as always. Allowed under 300 yards. They allowed 20 points, but there was a last-minute touchdown, so that's kind of inflated.
Doesn't count. Yeah.
All right, now I'm nervous.
Well, since we're talking about the Eagles,
We gotta bring the man out of the
Number
hour.
one Eagles fan. So
We
We got it.
Soren Lamar.
I thought we got 1 week of escape from him.
it's 2 minutes and he's done.
The alley always appears.
He only gets 2 minutes.
Someone
though.
start the time. I'm starting the timer.
Once he gets on.
When he gets on, we start the timer.
Like, thank you, Soren. See you later. Thank you so much.
we gotta cue in his intro too when he gets on.
Yeah,
So there is gonna be an alley.
No, it's 2 minutes call. That's it.
the call failed. No.
No.
Yes.
No, sorry.
Yes. Yes.
I like how excited Vinny is queuing up this timer right now.
Trying one more time. Will it work?
Maybe if I call him since I'm his best friend.
Yeah, he doesn't. He only answers Corey's calls.
I told him I would call him.
Is it ringing?
There's no service in here.
Probably not.
Let me get
Uh,
my call.
The minute he answers is when his clock starts. No,
Man,
it's not gonna
close.
work.
First call, he knows ball. Look at this.
First call, he knows ball. See if he answers.
let's see if Wait, let me see if FaceTime works. Wait, hold on. Tell him to answer my call.
Hold on.
Answer.
Answer Cameron's call. So we just made a left turn right now.
You made it.
It's Soren.
There's Soren.
Soren,
What's
what are
up,
we doing in
Soren?
the alley today?
Yeah, well, how's
What's
the
going on, guys? How we doing?
Good.
You got a minute 45.
Minute
you better
45
get to
seconds.
work and better get to work.
Hurry up.
What's in the alley
alley
today?
today?
I was only gonna mention I was only gonna mention two things.
You should
One,
bullet points.
I'm coming up with this on the fly.
Hurry, hurry.
All right, hurry up. Minute
I was
33.
not aware I was gonna be on, but like, two things. The Virginia Tech game is gonna be an awesome game. I got a weather update saying that it's gonna be 35 degrees and very cold.
That's
So
football,
it'll be a
baby.
very interesting game.
Interesting.
But
yeah.
the whole family's going. I'm so excited.
That's good,
It's gonna be a
Soren.
great weekend. And then, man, the Eagles looked good last night. I was watching it with the fam. It was great. Like, they looked good on offense. So, man, oh man, we're living high right now. Fly,
Yeah, we
Eagles,
are.
fly.
Living high.
All right. Good luck, man. Get some rest for your turkey trot. It was nice talking.
Yeah.
Soren, we need video.
Yep, it'll be on Thanksgiving. So I
Yeah,
can't wait for
sorry.
that.
Remember,
I'll
remember.
let you
Sorry,
guys
take
know how
video.
that's
Take
going.
video.
Yeah,
Take
under,
video, Soren.
under 26 minutes and a half. That's the time. Remember. We got this.
Under
Yeah,
26
we'll
minutes.
see what we can do.
Wait, I believe in you, man. Go eat some turkey. Go
Alright,
Virginia
Soren.
Tech.
All right. Bye, Soren.
Yep, see you guys.
Happy
Thank you for
Thanksgiving,
coming on.
Soren.
Bye, Soren.
Yeah, we'll do. Miss you guys.
Miss you too. Bye, Soren.
Kept in the time.
30 seconds, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess you have to give him time.
That was the
limit.
best alley.
Stop.
Yeah, that's the best sound.
That's like a cameo right there. The best is watching the fan.
This
Soren, man.
Looked like he was in a library. I was
Yeah,
like,
I was
where
like,
was he?
He was in a study.
Yeah, I was doing his studies or something.
Alright, let's
we
move-
love you, Soren.
Pondering on Baldiani.
Oh, All right, let's move over.
Oh,
Let's talk about the NFL this week. I want to start with Caleb Williams. I mentioned I think last week I mentioned that he had back-to-back games with game-winning drives that they ended up losing. He had a game-tying drive this week. He's thrown for 340 yards. He's really starting to come into his own.
Yeah.
Which with that offense he should, but you can understand Matt Eberflus sucks. And overall, like rookie quarterbacks usually struggle. But look at him spreading the wealth. 4 different receivers with 5 or more receptions. Just having a really good game against a good Minnesota team too. Like Minnesota is not a pushover. I know in our picks pool I picked the Bears to win. Fortunately, I was wrong. But I think this Bears team has a good looking future. This NFC North for the next 5 to 10.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to watch, dude. It really is. But yeah, I think Caleb Williams is really starting to come to his own. I wanna give him a shout out because we usually talk about Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels being the top 2 guys in the draft, and I think it's going to stick that way. Those are going to be the front runners for O'Roy. Even though I do agree with Cameron, we talked about it pre-show. Joe Alt should definitely get some love.
Agreed.
Give some love to our men in the trenches.
Has there ever been a time where an offensive rookie line?
Nope, I don't think so.
There would have to be like a really bad rookie class, like where no one performed and he was a stud. Because even still, like if they have a reason not to give it, they'll give it to anyone else. But I hate Kansas City.
I think we all know that. I think we all hate Kansas City.
It's just so annoying.
Every week, man. Every week.
Yeah, how about the Carolina Panthers having another Moore lead them, another D Moore lead them receive, not DJ Moore, David Moore, 7th round receiver from 2017, having probably the only game where he'll ever have 80 or more yards.
More than Adam Thielen.
Seahawk legend, though.
But if you look third on the list, 4 for 56 yards, Xavier Legette.
What do you think he's eating? I think so.
Probably the string beans, green beans, green bean casserole.
So no tight end, no offensive lineman has ever won Offensive Rookie of the Year.
No tight end, really?
Zach Martin, the guard for the Cowboys, has been the closest. He was 2nd place in 2014.
How close? Can you find out the voting? Like how?
He had 7 first place votes.
It's what? How many?
This is
Probably like
directly from
50.
NFL.com, just
Let's
off the
see.
Google.
You said it was 2014, right?
Yeah, I can.
Zach Martin.
Zach.
Legend.
That was OBJ's year. OBJ won.
Okay,
yeah.
so there's
That makes sense.
yeah. Not really. Actually, kind of.
Was that the year of the catch?
I was gonna say, I think that was the year of the catch.
Was that his first year or his second year?
I don't think that was his rookie year. He
I
did
think
I
that
thought
was
it was I thought it was his second year.
Second, yeah.
But he still had like 1,300 yards and 12 tuds. So like, kind of. But also, Zach Martin's a dog.
Yeah, it just says Zach Martin's been the closest with 7 first place votes out of like any tight end or O lineman.
Speaking of tight ends, why is Travis Kelce getting passed up by Noah Gray? Noah Gray has 4 touchdowns the last 2
Noah
weeks.
Gray's-
Travis Kelce does not.
Noah Gray's the GOAT.
Noah Gray, baby.
Noah Gray each of the last 2 weeks has the same amount of touchdowns Travis has on the whole year. It's pretty bad. Yeah, the Chiefs escape again. Bryce Young did look good though. I think that's the biggest storyline. The Chiefs, they're always going to find a way to win.
Well, because Patrick Mahomes will use his leg for 30+ yards, and everybody's afraid to hit him because then laundry will be thrown out.
Yeah,
on
probably
the- on
get
the
banned
field.
from the NFL.
Yeah.
if
Someone
you hit
just
him,
needs to take
Yeah.
his soul. Someone needs to rate.
That's what I said. Listen, I don't condone violence, but I'm like, someone just needs to lay him out already. They just
Why
Make
that-
him a little bit scared to run.
Why did that happen to Shador and not Mahomes?
That was a vicious
Yeah,
catch.
That was
Shador-
bad. That was bad. I saw a joke that someone said like that the Lions are already eyeing up that dude from Kansas to sign him on. With all the stuff that Kirby's done.
What else we got in the NFL? Tommy DeVito's.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. I really hope. Hopefully they run it back with him in a few days.
Yeah, he'll play Thursday, and then I don't. If he doesn't do well, I think he's
How about dude? Baker was hitting it like so fast. He was like,
Yeah.
punching. He was
Yeah,
like,
he wasn't. He doesn't know how to do it. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lost.
The Titans upsetting on the road. Just trap weeks for everyone. The Green Bay Packers. Go Pack.
Legit.
Go Packers. I don't know if legit's the right word.
Packers are very good.
They're very good. I don't
They're-
know.
Why would they not be legit though?
Because Jordan Love's going to lose up games.
No.
Yes.
He played great last
He threw
year.
50 dude, he threw like.
He didn't
just
have
over-
to throw. That's the thing.
He's the fact that he didn't have to throw and he still only threw 50% is crazy. Like that, he's gonna make mistakes. That's the problem. I also look who he's throwing to. They don't have like a legitimate like top receiver, but still, like, I don't know. It makes me a little worried. Yeah, I think I want to ask this because I have this note here. At the moment, we'll pull up the NFL standings, playoff standings right now. What team do you think is the most fraudulent right now? Of the 7 teams in both the AFC and NFC, who do you think is the most fraudulent?
I think it's the Chiefs. I'm
It's the Chiefs though. No, because like they're gonna make it out Super
The
Bowl.
most fraudulent playoff team right now, Broncos. They're not good.
yeah.
They're really not
Like
good.
Bo Nix has been playing good.
He's
but,
been playing
like,
great,
Can
but-
they go deep? Like I don't know. I
I
don't think
think
they
They
can.
go to Buffalo in the playoffs. They're losing by 20 points.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 teams I got. They're both in the NFC too. I think it's the Seahawks for obvious reasons. For Geno not, he's getting the yards, which is great, but and I also think the Commanders. The Commanders have been great. Jaden Daniels, offensive rookie of the year. They haven't been a team with a winning record.
They're on a 3-game losing streak.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're starting to go into a cooler. Now you look at the rest of their schedule. They should beat the Titans. They should beat the Saints. They should beat Dallas. So they should finish the year with at least 10 wins. They should. They'll probably grab a playoff spot. But they're not that. Like I think they're a lot better than what was expected. But I still think they need to beat a winning team, and I don't see that happening this year.
No.
And then from the teams who are on the brink, we'll say from 8 to 11 in both leagues. Who do you think could sneak in and do some damage in the playoffs?
I think Miami.
I was about to say
Miami.
I think Miami.
that. Yeah,
They've been playing really good.
Yeah, and the rest of the AFC, those teams aren't good. And, like the Bengals will probably lose this week and get their 8th loss. That's pretty much when
Against
you're
the
done.
Steelers, yeah.
And the Colts are 5-7, but they're not anything.
Anthony Richardson is not leading that team in the
No.
postseason. If they make it, that's if
No.
they make
And
it.
even if the Dolphins don't win this week, they play the Jets twice. That'll be 2 wins.
Yeah.
And the Browns, that'll be 8.
No,
Then
it's
they
in
have
Cleveland.
Texans.
It is in Cleveland, but still.
They don't play well in cold weather, and Jameis has God on his side.
Yeah, if it snows
Yeah.
again, if the Lord brings snow again, it's over.
I think Arizona. Arizona is just outside, and I think they're gonna end up winning the division.
Yeah.
I
They're
got the
gonna-
Bucks.
They're gonna get the Bucks are good too. I think Baker's slinging, and especially with Mike back too, like they're gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at Arizona, the rest of their schedule. But at Minnesota's decently tough. They're gonna get their get back against Seattle. They beat the Patriots. Trap game against the Panthers. I think they get the Rams, and by that point they'll have the Niners, who they might have Purdy back, but I don't know. What happened to the Niners, man?
Just
I'm happy.
injuries.
I'm happy, but
Yeah.
this is bad.
Just
bro.
injuries, yep.
They're like my fantasy team, really. They've just been banged up all year.
IR
Yeah.
University.
That's rough.
We'll switch over to the collegiate scene. We talked about a couple trap games in the NFL, but there was a lot.
Yo, I actually got some bad news for you, Vinny.
What?
Uh-oh.
So you said that the Cardinals could sneak in.
Mm.
Week 1, or like the wild card week, there's a double XP weekend for Call of Duty.
Oh no.
So that's not gonna happen.
Oh.
I just looked that up.
Well, week 1 of the playoffs, though, right?
Yeah, it's wild card.
Okay, so he could sneak. He could still get a playoff spot and then just get battered.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. But yeah, a lot of upsets. Alabama being the big one. So happy. Good job.
That was
Sooners.
awesome.
Great job, Sooners. Colorado. I know John and I were very upset about that. We had high, and a little bit higher hopes.
Kansas has been playing spoiler as a
4
late.
weeks in a row, they've
Yeah.
been a ranked team. Where did this even
I know. Like, just stick to basketball, Kansas.
Yeah, come
Like,
on. We don't need you getting involved in
You watch.
Big
So
12.
watch. They're playing Baylor this week. I guarantee you
They'll
they'll lose by
lose.
like 50.
Yeah.
But like even their law, or they have 3 straight losses, but even their 3 straight wins, but even their loss before that was by 2 points to Kansas State, who was ranked. Like
it
it's
could have been
insane.
4 straight. Yeah.
They lost. They lost to Arizona State, who is now ranked by 4 points. Like it doesn't make sense. That's what's so great about college football, but still, Ole Miss looked really, really bad down in the swamps. I saw Jackson Dart crying on the sideline. Yeah, it's
Yep.
your fault. And then at Texas A&M, down at Auburn, overtime's needed.
That was a good game.
Very good game. And then Penn State should have lost. Dude, it makes me
I know,
so mad.
I
they
know.
didn't.
Georgia, Carson Beck.
Shut up. I hate Carson Beck.
Are they playing UMass in November? What is
Who's
what
playing
is
that? Oh wait, Georgia.
Yeah.
what? Look at
They,
Georgia
they
Tech
allowed
this week.
21 points to UMass too, which is crazy.
That's a scam too. They had their last 2 games of the season in non-conference.
Well,
What is
Georgia
that?
Tech's the rivalry game. That's
Yeah,
what-
but like,
Yeah.
come on. Georgia Tech is not. They're not a pushover.
yeah, but Georgia will win. I hope not, but Georgia will win.
On Friday night.
Waiting all day for a Friday night. We have this note here too. Iowa State versus Indiana. What was once thought to be a very competitive game, turned out to be anything but. So it begs the question: is Ohio State legit, or is Indiana fraudulent? Corey, what do you think?
I think you can make the case for both. I mean, because Indiana really hasn't played anybody too great compared to Ohio State. They've had a lot of good competition. And also for Ohio State, I mean, you say what you want about Will Howard, but he's still, stat-wise, still playing good this year. You know, like I have here, 26-6, like TDINT ratio, 2,600 passing yards. I mean, even his completion rating is second in the country at 74%. So, like, he's still having a good year. So, I mean, you can make the case for both. I'm leaning more towards Indiana's fraudulent because, again, they haven't really played anybody good. I mean, you look at their schedule, I mean, they played, like, Northwestern.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
exactly. The last 2 weeks they've played NFL caliber defenses pretty much because Michigan's not great, but their
Yeah.
defense
Their
is really really
was
good. Yeah, they've struggled to score points. I mean, they beat Michigan by 5 points because Michigan doesn't have a quarterback.
yeah.
But and this week they just got killed. Well, they'll beat the best is they'll beat Purdue, host a playoff game, and then lose. Like that's what's gonna happen. Like
Well, now these SEC schools can't handle the cold, John.
if Georgia will go to Indiana and smoke them.
Probably.
That's what they should just not even put them in. It's not. Come on.
Yeah, but are you gonna put a 3-win team in over?
I know they won't, but they
a
should.
3-loss team. Sorry.
They 3-loss team. Yeah, they should.
I don't know, man.
Bama would beat Indiana. Ole Miss would beat Indiana. All those.
Yeah, but
teams.
at that point, why don't we just make it the SEC?
No, I'm
conference
just
play?
saying. No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like Indiana's fraudulent. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not good.
Maybe these non-conference games should be against like SEC schools and stuff like that to actually test them early in the year. Because like in Indiana, it was a cakewalk. Ohio State is the most exciting, least exciting team ever.
Yeah.
Like they have all these transfers, all these names that like you should be excited about, and then Quinshot Judkins puts up like less than 40 yards. And they're just I want to be excited, but I can't.
Well, I mean, next week they'll play Oregon in the rematch if they win this week.
They're gonna win.
Yeah, they probably will see what happens.
Actually, they have not beat Michigan in 4 years. They should.
This version of
They
Michigan is
should
just
be.
not.
They
yeah.
should be. Like, there's no
Yeah.
reason they should lose.
It'll be closer than people think. I
I'm
think.
just interested in see like who's gonna really win it this year.
There's
like
just-
it's like
honestly, I don't
because
think
like we were saying about Oregon as a one. Like I'm like
like,
I don't know.
like they're good. Obviously, they're very good. But
Yeah.
like, you don't know.
It's really up for grabs.
And the way the
It's-
seeding is gonna break, like there could be a team that whoever plays that Boise State or like Big 12 team wins that first game and plays them,
Yeah.
they can win that game as well.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. See what happens.
Essendon University.
Yeah.
That's right. I
All right.
almost lost to Wyoming.
That was yeah.
It is trap games, man. But I think it's time for a little bit of Moi Goi of the week.
Wait, is that your goy?
Oh, I thought that was your goy.
No, that's
Moi Goi of the week.
We're talking about trap games, and there was one man who was responsible for a trap game. Corey, who is that man?
His name is Devin Neal, running back for the Kansas Jayhawks. Dominant showing against Coach Prime's Colorado. He rushed and caught some catches too. 37 carries, 207 yards. Second time in his career rushing for 200 plus. 3 touchdowns and receiving too. 4 catches for 80 yards. Had a receiving touchdown and led the Jayhawks 37-21 win.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good Goi.
He's a good goy this week.
Yeah, I think I have a good Goi. It is Tua Tagovailoa, and that is Moi Goi of the week after another phenomenal performance. About 75% completion percentage, 317 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And the big W against New England should have taken care of that. Not surprised. But since he's returned, it's not even just specifically for his work this week. Since he's returned, Miami has scored 23 or more points in every single game. And saying how bad the offense was, he's making the offense work. You know who's making look good, and it makes me so angry? Johnny Smith. Why is Johnny Smith catching a touchdown every game? That shouldn't be a thing. But anyway, since his return, about 71% completion percentage, and with him as quarterback, 4-3 record. But you think one of those losses was the game he got the concussion in Buffalo. Gonna lose either way, but still. And the other 2 games they lost by combined 6 points, I think. So he's been playing really, really good football, and that's why he is Moi Goi of the week. John, I'm happy about your Goi, but who's your Goi?
Well, yeah. Well, originally, I want to thank Jack for this because I was like, I'm watching this game. Saquon Barkley's going crazy. I'm like, I already have Moi Goi locked in, but I'm like, I have to reach out like this.
Should we give him an honorable mention?
No, because I'll talk about him enough in a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah, so I planned on talking about Josh Jacobs like 4 separate times today, but I was like, all right, after Saquon went for 255 on 26 carries, he basically averaged 10 yards a carry in the NFL. That's like high school numbers. That's insane. 2 touchdowns, and then a little 4-catch, 47 performance as a receiver as well. Like you can't even discount how good this guy is. The Giants, I just want to let you know you look very foolish. I mean, they're foolish regardless, but this makes it even worse.
Should I read the text from last night?
Yeah, that was the best thing I think it's ever came out of your mouth. I'm not even joking.
Last night, after John switches his pick, where's that? So he switches his pick.
Oh, yeah.
Man, the Giants are almost as big of a joke as the team they share that piece of can't say that word stadium with.
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
I kind of forgot that was in there.
Yeah. Saquon, man. I mean, and also he's gonna rush for over 2,000 yards. And I tried to do the numbers last night. He could break the all-time record, like
Wow.
if he keeps going. But I mean, at this point, if they have like a number 2 seed
They're
locked
gonna-
in, I'm sure he wouldn't even play the last game.
Yeah.
But you never know if they're trying to catch the Lions. Like
Yeah.
that's something that can.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on real quick. Saquon also very humbly last night at 1 a.m. tweets out, "How about them boys up front?" So showing love to the
Showing
O-line
love
there.
to the yeah.
Which also like that one run scheme when he had like the block scheme that they had on that 70-yard run,
Yeah.
disgusting.
The thing is,
Beautiful
like,
play call.
you look at the Giants' O-line his entire career, they've had nobody. And he still
He's
has
still
turned,
great, yeah.
He still
Yeah.
turned garbage into gold. Philly, I think consensusly we can all agree that they've had, for the last 5 years, a top 10 offensive line in football,
Pretty
if
good,
not
yeah.
higher. And especially like early season, they were banged up and he was great.
Mhm.
You have a fully healthy O-line. Mekhi Becton, former Jet. I was about to say jersey on the table, but not jersey on the table.
No, I would not
Um,
wear that guy's jersey.
but he's been playing better since moving to guard. Mylota and Johnson the outside. Jurgens making the adjustment in the inside. Do we know what the number Saquon has to average to break the record is? It's over 100. we
I
know that.
forgot. No, I don't think it is.
Really?
I don't think it was. I don't remember. I did it last night. But if he got,
me
what
see.
was it? It was like it wasn't. It was a reasonable number he can get. Or no, maybe it was like what he's averaging per game. Oh, it is over 100. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever he's averaging per game now, he would if he did that over the last 6 games, he would get the record. But he's probably not.
And they have how many?
6. There should be 6 games left, right? Aren't they?
Including
Because
that last week?
they're
6 games left is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Because they're what
so
9
he'd
and
have to-
2.
He'd have to average
That's it.
about 119.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Something like
But
that.
if he doesn't play that game, it would be
It would-
he doesn't play last week, it would be 140,
yeah, that's
which is
Right.
crazy, but like not totally unobtainable.
And who do they have left on the schedule?
probably the Cowboys
They have the
again,
Dallas again,
Giants, right?
Giants again,
Commanders.
Commanders again.
Steelers,
Steelers, yeah.
Panthers, Ravens next week is tough.
He's on pace to break the record though. Right now he's on pace for 2,151 rushing yards.
It's
and the
narrowly. But that's
record
also
beat by
including,
like 40.
it's also including that last game though. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Who's the
Yeah.
last game against?
Giants at home.
That would be the perfect time to do it too. Break the record against.
I mean,
Against
the
a former team,
storylines.
yeah.
if they have a chance to get the 1 seed, they probably will.
Yeah.
Sirianni
yeah.
won't pump the
You
brakes.
just gotta hope they don't lose because it doesn't look like the Lions are losing anytime soon. So
Who do the Lions have the rest of the year?
So we
I know-
got Bears next week.
Packers,
We got Niners.
Bills, right?
Bills.
Bills is tricky.
Bills is tricky, but that's like the
It's
same game
inside.
as against the Ravens
Yeah.
too. Like we each have like one of those really
Those
tough games.
The Lions are home
Um,
against the Bills though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also for Buffalo's second home though. Don't forget they always love to
Yeah,
Detroit.
no, I
when
know.
there's a big
It's true.
game.
It's true.
We play the Vikings one more time. We play the Bears another time.
Yeah.
Vikings is week 18 though.
But they haven't even played the Bears yet.
No.
First game against the Bears is Thanksgiving. So
And
we have
then
2
there's
games
one-
against the Bears,
oh.
1 game against the Packers. Vikings is the flex game week
At
18.
Niners.
At Niners.
At Niners is
Buffalo.
that's a trap game, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Depends
a-
what
that's a
Niners team is
trappy-
even there. at
Yeah.
that
That's
point.
also Niners week 17, I believe.
Yeah, they
so
might
like,
not even have a team by then. with
like they
injuries.
might not have a team. We might also begin. I don't honestly. It's though it's Dan Campbell. I don't think he believes in resting guys. To be completely honest with you.
Well, it
at
would
this
be
rate.
that's week 17. You said right?
Don't quote me
Yeah.
on it, but yes.
Yeah, he wouldn't
Yeah,
rest
it's
them
week
yet.
17.
It would have to be the last week.
Yeah.
Well, Cam, I know you've obviously been a little bit concerned about Thanksgiving football, so that could be that game.
I just I'm a little bit concerned, but I also like it's so crazy to me because like the Lions and the Eagles have been set up for I don't want to say set up for failure, but that week 5 bye has been screwing us way more than it has been screwing you guys.
Yeah.
But like both teams,
It actually helped us.
Yeah, but like both. Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, it really did help you guys a lot more than it helped us. But it's going to come down where like both teams really need that bye. Like both teams are really gonna need that bye.
I don't think there's ever been a team to win a Super Bowl from week 5, like with week 5 bye.
Has there ever been a week 5 bye before the 18-week schedule?
Yeah,
Yeah, there used to be like
it used to be week 4.
Week 4, yeah.
When it was no, there's never been anyone to win from I think the early. I don't know if it was week 5 or the earliest bye week.
I think we lose at some point. We're gonna lose 2 of these games, either if it's against the Bills or like probably it's gonna be either the Bills or the Niners we lose to, and then you got to lose at least one divisional game. Like,
It's gonna be 14-3 with like not head to head, but with like
it'd probably be home record. Which have you guys lost?
Conference record, yeah.
Conference or division?
It should be
if it's the
division.
Lions and Eagles, it would be conference.
Yeah.
Have you guys haven't lost a divisional game yet, right?
We have not, no. And maybe we lose one.
I
Maybe
think
we
you guys
lose at the
Commanders.
Commanders.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
even
the
see
only-
it. I don't even the way
I
they're
don't
playing
know.
right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's tricky, dude, because I don't think they lose
It's
it
coming down to the wire though.
not the Giants either.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Tim Boyle might be playing by
they
then.
probably sweep the board.
Yeah, the way the Commanders are looking right now.
But hey, this is about the time last year where Sirianni decided to forget how to coach a football.
But it's a different feel.
It is a different feel.
Yeah,
He has the locker
they're
room.
they're going up right now.
But they were going up when they
Fast.
lost the locker room last year too.
Yeah, he's got Saquon now. It's all good.
Yeah.
But like realistically, both of those teams, Lions and the Eagles, probably have. I don't want to say out of the entire NFL because I'm not looking at the whole schedule. Definitely have the easiest last 6 games out of the entire. Like
They
you
have
guys,
Ravens, 2 games that are tricky. Ravens and Steelers.
Yeah, and
all
then
the
we
other
have
ones they should
Bills,
win.
Bills, Niners, but like Niners are banged up, so like does that even really
And
count?
same thing with like the Steelers are the Steelers.
It'll be a defensive battle.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, defense.
No.
It'll be a Calcaterra breakout game.
Rick Covey revenge game with no revenge. Our boy got back on the field yesterday. Finally.
I know, very exciting. Still keeping up a better. I think at that rate now has a better win percentage with Britton Covey on the field than Tom Brady. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure the Eagles have a better.
He's just good.
Mhm.
He's just greatest player.
Eagles
Man,
Hall of Fame.
Man, it
worthy.
must be nice to have a team with a winning record.
You don't have to do this every time.
Me?
It's not right.
No.
No, this is not. It's not
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is cripple abuse. Your team
At
is
this point, it's
your
like I'm
team is a
getting beat
crippled
with a stick as I'm down on the ground already.
Listen, it's like I said when the Lions were garbage. Like I didn't think we would ever be good if the Ford family was still in charge of the Lions, but I don't know. Not Shelly, Sheila. She's been,
you know what?
Sheila's
Let me
gone
do that
over-
tweet right now. I forgot.
Okay.
Fire Woody Johnson.
Yep.
Give
Sell
it-
the team.
Alright,
I've done it for like a month
While,
straight.
while he's doing that, we'll switch over to fantasy freakouts. While John continues to berate Woody
Post
Johnson.
percent. Let's go. Yeah. I forgot to do it yesterday, so should I do like 2 of them?
Yeah, you
today?
should
Yeah.
do 2.
Don't
All right, so I'll do one right now.
Yeah,
I'll
just
do
say
one right
like
now.
also from yesterday.
Forgot yesterday.
Forgot yesterday, but can't let it go.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
Send me the tweet. We'll make a reel out of that.
If you want, it's like 5 days straight now. Forgot yesterday.
All right, so I'll start us off with fantasy freakouts. I still hate fantasy football, but I went 2-1 this week. Finally got a W, which was nice.
Good job, man.
Multiple W's, projected at least. Probably gonna end up losing some. Played your brother. Your brother's team stinks. The only loss was in a league where I was mathematically improbable to make the playoffs anyway. It was also my most expensive league, which makes it that much better. This is why I hate fantasy. Anywho, yeah, in the leagues that actually matter at this point, my guys bought out Tua Tagovailoa to 28.5 points. Aaron Jones with a fumble, still 19.9. McLaurin with 21.2, which was purely on that late game touchdown. It was like 80 yards, I think.
Something like that.
So-
Dallas deserved to
So
lose
it's at
that.
8, 9, 15 points from one play. So
Yeah.
otherwise, I would have been mad at McLaurin. Kittle, the only guy for the Niners who's really balling out.
Mhm.
Jane Daniels being Jane Daniels, even with 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
2 interceptions, 2 fumbles, I forgot. The Hawk star finally Hawk into a playing well. I'm gonna
That should have been the Halloween costume. You have the hair for Hawkinson.
well, his hair's lighter. I would add it.
You could have dyed it.
Yeah, he could have died it.
We'll talk about dying soon. Not
Whoa.
dying, but like
Yeah,
dying.
yeah, clarify.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, you gotta let everyone know what's
Clarify.
They can see you. You gotta just
Come on, it's a sensitive world, baby. Come on.
Cooper Cup with 20. All right, speaking of dying, Corey, go.
Well, I just want to backtrack. So last week I'm like, I'm going to be 2-0. I ended up losing by like a few. What happened?
What is going on here?
But last week I said I was going to be 2-0. I ended up losing in my high school league by a few. But this week, finally, I could clarify and say for the first time in forever, I'm going to be 2-0 this week.
Corey, great for I'm
It
proud.
finally
I'm
happened.
proud.
Finally happened. Finally. The high school league, Saquon, Tony Pollard, Cooper Kupp. I'm favored by 60 plus right now, so that's a cakewalk. 8-4. The Marywood League, in the words of Coach Campbell, I mean this team has grit, man. This team dug out of the trenches. I was not supposed to win this week against Ben, and as Vinny coined it, the Cripple Bowl. I ended up winning it. Both of our teams are just so bad, so banged up. Right now, I'm beating Ben by 6, and I have Quentin Johnston
I would
tonight.
take him out.
No, play him.
I'm gonna play him.
I
You're
would
gonna play him?
Dude, if he runs backwards for 50 yards, that would make me so happy. I'm sorry.
I think we'll be.
Or your luck, man.
Actually, that's my.
He's
I'll think about it.
gonna get a end around, try and do too much, run backwards, fumble.
Do it. I benched the Baltimore Ravens defense to secure my W this week, so it might not be a bad idea.
Well, defense is that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Baltimore
smart.
defense.
Receiver that can't catch.
They're gonna have Johnson throw a pass, intercepted.
Just quickly go into like league tools, just like get rid of receptions, counting towards point. Actually, that might lose you. That game,
I'm actually gonna make
You know,
receptions. I'm gonna
I'm-
make receptions negative points.
You know, I might. It's a good point. I might take him out because I'm already up by 6, and like.
I honestly, I would.
And right now I'll be 2-0 against Ben and head to head, so there's like no reason.
three
That'll be your
fumbles.
4th win.
Yeah, I'll be
So
4-8.
2 against Ben,
Yeah.
1 against me.
3 fumbles, minus 10 yards.
And 1 against Soren in week 1.
Beat Soren.
Yeah, week 1. That's when my team was
That's
unreal.
like the last time Soren's lost.
Well, he's probably. I think he's
I
gonna
think he's
lose
gonna
this
lose this
week.
week.
Yeah.
Freaking finally, man.
But yeah, so right now I'm 4-8. Listen, AJ Brown, thank you very much. Amir Abdullah,
I texted you.
which first of all, I don't even know who he is, anything about him. I just knew that the Raiders running backs were banged up. I literally was at work on my lunch break. I'm like, I cannot start Charbonnet. And thank God I didn't, because Charbonnet, per usual, did absolutely nothing on the bench. So I'm going to be 4-8, 2 straight wins. I'm a game ahead, Ben. Now tied with Colin Becker's team. Maybe the playoffs? Maybe the last 2 games? Just maybe.
2% chance.
Maybe. There's still a chance.
There's still a chance. Slim.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's a chance.
From hospital.
I think it's funny how you didn't actually mention the score. You said, "Oh, I'm ahead by 6." Corey, what's the score of the game?
88.6 to 82.5.
I mean, yes, you were ahead, but
But if Quentin Johnson was supposed to get me closer to 100, but he's probably gonna have like 8 points or something tonight.
we talked about Soren's
Baltimore
projected lose.
Alley.
Yeah, he's predicting he only has 54 points. Don't worry, he has the entire Baltimore team playing tonight, as well as J.K. Dobbins. He'll make up.
Former Raven.
Yeah, exactly. He has to be a closet Ravens fan.
Yeah. Does he have any merch?
He
though?
supports the.
I don't know.
No, it's not college. He only
Oh,
has,
right.
he only has other college merch.
Maybe. Well, Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
Baltimore,
it's like a sign.
Maryland.
It's like a subtle sign.
Go
It's-
Terps.
yeah. Oh man.
Go John.
Guys, I'm gonna be 2-0 this week as well. I can't
Way to
believe
go,
it.
John.
I don't know. Something clicked in. I have big leads in both. I know I'm beating Colin 152 to 76. He's got 2 guys tonight, but that game's locked up. Helping the squad get to 6-6, so I'm in the middle of the playoff race. I know there's gonna be like 4 teams, 6-6. So
A couple
and
4-8s now too.
Colin's not completely.
Well, Colin's gonna be
he's-
4-8 with me.
he's
But like Big Montana could have a big game.
yeah. He needs like
He needs 80 points.
yeah. Yeah. Nope, not happening.
Big Montana legacy. Let's go.
Yeah, so I had to play Mahomes this week, which is something I really didn't want to do based off how he's played, but he stepped up for me because Burrow was on bye, so I was like, all right, Mahomes has to play. Finally, Mahomes puts up some fantasy points, 28 from him. Josh Jacobs, first shout out for him, actually second because I mentioned him in the Moi Goi. 28 points. He had those bunch of touchdowns. Great game from Josh. And I also had to play 2 tight ends, which is something I probably have never done, putting a tight end at flex, but I had no choice. Hawkinson and Zach Ertz combined for 34 points. Big games from both of them. They both struggled in the first half, so I was extremely nervous because I was like, oh, this is not going to end well. I'm going to lose and be eliminated from the playoffs, but guess that didn't happen. Then in my other league, I'm 4-7 on a 3-game losing streak. So I have the third most points in the entire league, and I'm 4-7. Finally, this week, my guys put up a lot of points, and I beat my. Right now, it's not over yet, but I'm up by a ton against my brother, which feels extra nice because he usually destroys me in fantasy. So to get one on him feels really, really good. But I'll be 5-7. 5-7 actually might get me as in a playoff spot. But this league is also really like weird. Once again, third shout out, Josh Jacobs on that team as well, with another obviously 28. But the trio of running backs I had in there, Gibbs, I know Cam, you love Gibbs. He had 25 fantasy points, and Bucky Irving with 27. He went crazy against the Giants. That one highlight I saw of him running with Baker like out there blocking ahead of him was awesome.
That boy's a Sonic.
The one thing that got me was, like, you guys saw that Texans game yesterday. They let up 30 points. Somehow came away with 18 fantasy points because they had a touchdown, an interception, and 2 fumble recoveries. Not sure that I've never seen that in my entire life. And they lost as well. So I don't think I've ever seen that, but I'm not complaining because I'm not a
I was about to
Texans
say,
fan.
you complaining about having that
I'm
many
just saying,
points?
I'm just saying I've never seen it. It's kind of crazy to me. But yeah, I picked them up earlier in the week. I'm like, oh yeah, they should be fine. Didn't expect them to get the points the way they did, but can't complain about it.
You mentioned, we're at 3 Jacobs mentions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
3. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you had the pick 5 this week.
I can mention them again.
If you want to, you're more than welcome
Why not?
to. Well, we also have the.
Yeah. Oh my God, 5? We can
yeah,
get to
'cause
5
you gotta
mentions.
think- you gotta think picks later.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
So, yeah, so
All right, so we'll
let's
mention
start,
5
let's start
mentions.
with your pick 5. JD, what was your pick 5 this week?
Sure. So I did top 5 NFL stadiums. I was like, I really didn't know what to do this week, and then I kind of forgot about it up until like Saturday afternoon. So I was like, you know what, this should be a good one. We'll enjoy this. So number 5, Lumen Field, of course, the home of the Seahawks. Probably the loudest stadium in the entire NFL, home of the 12th man, as everyone knows. This is like, I accounted for like stadium structure, like fan base, all of that, because that's part of the stadium, believe it or not. Like some people may argue with that with me, but I don't think that's the case. Just an overall good place to watch a game from what I've seen on TV. I would love to go out there and catch a game. Not when Geno Smith's the quarterback, but when they get rid of him, I'll go out there and watch a Seahawks game because I just don't like that guy, but that's besides the point. Number 4, I don't even know why they call it GEHA Field, whatever the hell it's called. I don't even know why they call it that. It's Arrowhead Stadium. That's what we know it as. Home of the Chiefs, of course. They have quite the atmosphere we've become accustomed to see over the past, 5-6 years of their playoff runs, how loud that is in that stadium. Just overall, just the atmosphere. Like I said, it's just one of those stadiums that when you're going in there as a road opponent, you're going to have a tough time. And, of course, their famous chop and all the things they do. They throw the toilet paper in, they score a touchdown to kick the extra point. Yep, the chop. They love that. Number 3, this has nothing to do with home field advantage because it does not exist in SoFi Stadium for either the Rams or the Chargers.
Greatest neutral site of all time.
Yes. Like last night, the Eagles had more fans there. Why? Like Eagles fans are traveling from Philly and like that. You know how far that is?
Well,
No,
Rob McElhenney lives out there.
that's one guy.
Bradley Cooper.
That's 2. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. You're not gonna name like 1,000 fans from LA that are Philly fans.
Okay, real quick though, what's the better neutral site? SoFi Stadium or what is it? Allegiant, home of the Raiders in Las
Oh.
Vegas.
SoFi.
'Cause
SoFi's,
the,
yeah.
the
Well,
Raiders fans still try.
Yeah, well, Allegiant,
True.
Allegiant
Oakland's not that
Stadium
far.
is should be named Heinz Field now. I mean, every time the Steelers play,
Yeah, no, I
bring
agree.
back
You
Heinz
say that
Field.
about FedEx too.
But yeah, number 3, SoFi Stadium. Like I said, they don't have home field advantage. But I don't know what you expect though, because both teams relocated recently, so it's very tough for them to even get fans to show up there. But guys, that stadium is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Like from the outside, like with the surrounding area. I know it's across the street from NFL Network Studios too, so they got that going on. Like honestly, I would just go to the game just to see the scenes around the stadium.
LA's gotten 2 of the greatest stadiums in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Between that and the Intuit Zone for
No.
the Clippers,
Yeah.
absolutely sick stadiums.
Insane, yeah. Like I know,
Must be nice to have that money.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the
Wells
way
Fargo will catch up one day.
probably not. They
Yeah,
just,
Go
but like,
Embiid.
it's something else. I was looking it up. I saw like they have like carpets around the stadium. Like I go to games. I go to games. I walk on like I don't even know what it is. Like it's just like disgusting. And they got carpets there in the stadium.
What was the POS stadium?
Yeah, that's what it is. Pretty much the AC vent. That's what it looks like.
You didn't even mention MetLife on here. That's not.
They're probably number.
They're
number 32.
There's not even 32 stadiums.
Yeah, that's why. That's what I'm saying.
31.
Yeah, they're number 30.
Some credit.
They are. The Jets are below even.
Yeah, it's a dishonorable mention.
There's college stadiums that are way better than
Oh,
Memphis
yeah,
Stadium, by far.
100%.
Yeah, but
Go Tigers.
all right. So let me get to number 2. U.S. Bank Stadium, another one, home of the Vikings. This is a combination to me of, the skull. You guys can do it if you want. Skull. I know Cam, you won't, but
You already got it out of me one time this season.
but yeah, they got that. The horn that they let go in there right before the game starts and throughout. Just what the stadium looks like. I mean, it's awesome. Much newer as well.
Eagles won a Super Bowl there. I can't disagree.
Yeah, beautiful stadium. Nick Foles.
Yeah,
What a
good
guy. Where is he right now? Didn't think
know.
we would get a Nick Foles shout out, but here we are.
Probably
Uh,
recording part
BDN.
of the Christmas
Coaching
album.
high school or something. Something's going on.
BDN's doing something.
Yeah, but number 2, U.S. Bank Stadium, and number 1, Lambeau Field. This is something this is a place I always wanted to go to. I'm going to make sure it happens at some point. Home of the Green Bay Packers.
Of Josh
just-
Jacobs.
I was gonna get to that. But yes. So an iconic and historic place that's had so many legends pass through that stadium and play there. I think the thing that that people don't know, but then honestly I didn't know this up until like recently. This stadium's in the middle of like a neighborhood, so you basically have houses and just this beautiful stadium in the middle of that. It kind of gives me, I know it's not the Sandlot, it's not baseball. It kind of gives me that kind of vibe. Just play in the middle of a neighborhood. People show up. I walk out of their house. They're right there. I know people also park their cars in like people's driveways and like they pay them for it for games like that. Like I feel that's something that you don't really get at other stadiums.
You can also buy an Airbnb, which is just like some random like Midwestern normal looking home that's just outside Lambeau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really expensive, but like you can
You
park
can do it,
It's
yeah.
literally just
Yeah, you
walking
could.
distance from it.
Yeah. And I mean, I know obviously like some teams can't control what the weather's like, but I feel that's another thing that just like comes with that stadium. When it's snowing out, how nice it looks. We've seen over the years with that. And then hopefully in the playoffs, number 4, Josh Jacobs, 4th shout out of the show. Hopefully Josh Jacobs can run them to the Super Bowl. I hope so. I like the Packers. I'm an NFC guy.
Josh
If I had a
Jacobs
pick.
legacy show.
I mean, why not, right?
All right, let's move away from the NFL. Let's go to the hardwood for a little bit. I want to talk about the Sixers. They suck. They're so bad.
Yeah, there's a lot
You
of things
mentioned
we can
Wells
say about
Fargo.
the
Oh my
Sixers.
God, they are so bad. Wells Fargo has not seen good play from either team. I'm just waiting for the lacrosse season to start for the Wings to have something going in there. Because dude, the Sixers have been so bad. And Embiid's acting like a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, Jared McCain looks great. I will say, Jared McCain looks phenomenal.
Is the Soul still a thing?
No,
Philadelphia
they're not,
Soul?
unfortunately. Because I've wanted to go to a Soul game really badly. Paul George isn't. He's banged up.
They need a facelift in every department. There's social media they need, like everything.
Pause.
What do they call that? The process, right? When they did the
Trust the
rebuild?
process.
They need to do that again.
They need
like,
it,
just,
yeah.
they need to.
Well, I keep
It's
seeing
been
this,
going
and
on
it's
for
not
years,
gonna
John.
happen. It's
Trust
not
the
gonna
TikTok
happen.
views.
It's not going to happen. But John, I talked to you about this yesterday. They got to move on from Embiid and George and just make the backcourt Maxey and McCain.
Yeah.
That like they're not near winning anything.
Yeah.
They're not gonna compete with the Celtics. They're not gonna compete with the Knicks, the Cavs. They're not even gonna compete with like the Bulls, dude. Like that's how
Stink.
bad they've been playing. Like they need to do something because clearly what they've been doing isn't working. Yeah, Sixers suck. They
Did you
gotta-
say that's the most shocking like bad team so far this
Yeah.
season?
Has to be.
On paper, you think, all right, Joel Embiid, former MVP, Paul George, former MVP candidate, Tyrese Maxey, breakout last year, Jared McCain, solid collegiate player, and like they're role players.
Probably rookie of the year.
Right, as
now.
of now, yeah. But like even you look at the role players, Kyle Lowry, Reggie Jackson. Who else I got?
Speaking of Reggie Jackson, that NBA Cup game that he had, the most recent one, disgusting. Reggie Jackson breakout game.
They got the most random veterans on the team.
Yeah, they have Drummond again,
What?
Eric Gordon, but like Caleb Martin.
It's like 2018 playoff legends.
Caleb Martin, dog.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like you look on paper, like all right, these are good role players to complement your superstars, and it's been so bad.
They're just not. a
It's
team.
kind of been indescribably bad.
Yeah. Look, listen, they're half a game better than the Wizards, and we know how terrible the Wizards are. Like
The
that's
Wizards
that's
are a joke.
come on. Well, listen, you don't just because you have talent doesn't mean it's gonna translate to wins. We've seen that.
Yeah. I think a big surprise team is the Magic. They lost Paolo Banchero early in the season, and they're still the third best team in the East. They're yet to lose at home.
8-0
On the road they gotta improve that away record.
Yeah.
But I think once Paolo gets back, I think they said it was 4 to 6 weeks with the oblique injury. I think we're within the 4 weeks now, so
Yeah.
he should be back soon. With how well they've been playing, I would not be surprised if this Magic team. We know we love the song. Orlando Magic, Orlando Magic, Orlando Magic.
Oh.
But no, they've been exceptional. The Rockets have been exceptional.
I was gonna say that.
I'm
like
shocked
they're
by that.
keeping up with the Thunder.
Yeah.
Like and
And even
Golden
the Warriors.
State,
I was about to
yeah.
say they're not. They obviously they have good players. It shouldn't be 12-4 right now.
The craziest part about the Rockets too is Jalen Green has been not playing his best ball. He's
Yeah.
shooting very inefficiently. He's not scoring at the rate he did last year. Close to, but not the same rate he did last year. I mean, Alperen Sengun is a dog. Oh, I love him, bro.
Mhm.
He's ironically, you want to know who drafted him? It was in a trade, but they drafted him. The Thunder.
Nice.
Dude, imagine the Thunder with Sengun as well. Golly, it was with the Thunder's pick. It was from all the Paul George and all the, or not Paul George, the CP3 and all those trades.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, like they've been the Rockets and the Magic have been surprising in a good way. The Kings have been disappointing. So have the Timberwolves too. I know
Yeah.
it is still early. We're about 16 to 18 games into the year, but like those, like the Timberwolves, they're 8-8. They're within striking distance. I think they need to have that chemistry. I think
Yeah.
it's still early with Randall getting used to the team and everyone, but
You know, and the Pistons too are on their way to a play-in. I mean,
Look
you
at
didn't
that.
expect that either.
I mean, Cade Cunningham is a dog.
Making progress.
Cunningham is an absolute beast, and this is his breakout year. Jay Ive has been playing very well, and former Philadelphia, Roman Catholic High School of Philadelphia student Jalen Duran. He's just doing his usual thing. 72.5% for the field. But let's see it.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, like the Pistons team. Are we finally going to see a good Pistons team?
Maybe.
Well, I
Hopefully
wouldn't
for
say
their
good.
sake.
Maybe
When was the
solid.
last time Detroit had a winning record?
Palace at the Palace.
Might
I don't
be.
know that true for sure. I don't really care
I
about
feel
the
like
Pistons.
within the last like 15 years they've had one good season. I don't know
It
why.
was probably when they had Greg Monroe.
I think they were like an 8 seed. I don't know why I'm thinking that for some reason.
Andre Drummond and Greg Monroe probably.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It was the last time they had a winning record was 2015-16, and they lost
Oh,
in
really?
the Eastern Conference first round.
Yep.
The top win share, Andre Drummond. I want to see who's on.
Andre Drummond.
They were 41-41 in 2018-19 and did make a playoff run, but they haven't had a winning record since 15-16. Reggie Jackson was on that team.
Of course he was.
Brendan Jennings, Jody Meeks. What do you know about Jody Meeks?
Jody
JD?
Meeks. I remember
Former
him.
member of Trusting the Process. Marcus Moore. God, this team is so bad. Steve Blake.
Contavious Caldwell Pope.
ACP.
Rookie Dinwiddie.
Really?
Tobias Harris. What you know about the cheat code Ursan Ilyasova?
Oh.
Oh my god. Dude, 2K.
So he was
cheat code.
knocked
Cheat code.
down.
Pick and pop.
Yeah,
Legend.
he was.
Legend.
Yeah.
Stanley Johnson. Oh my god, this team sucks. What about the team that made the playoffs in 18-19? Who was on that team? That was the Blake Griffin year.
That's the
wasn't
team I
it?
remember.
That was the Blake Griffin year.
That's what it was.
Langston Galloway. I don't know why I was a big Langston Galloway
Former
guy.
Nick.
He was also kind of a cheat code in 2K.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I watched a video on like his shoe brand. I don't know if anyone's ever bought Langston Galloway shoes.
Probably not.
Never.
Wayne Ellington,
Wayne
Jose
Ellington.
Calder,
Oh, why do they have Knicks on this team?
Zaza Pachulia, Glenn
Zaza.
Robinson
My
the
God.
third, Ish Smith,
Ishmael.
Thon Maker. Yeah, this wow.
Von Maker.
Wow.
He's got a brother in the league, I think.
Damn, I just want to start going through all these old teams now.
Yeah.
Craig Monroe, that's crazy.
I don't know. You just reminded me though. I just thought of Ilyasova and the Bucks. They're actually on a 4-game win streak. Kind of quietly.
Yeah, they've been starting to figure it out. I mean, Doc Rivers was god awful as that coach, and
Yeah, he stinks.
Ham's on the bench as well. But
Look alike. They look alike too.
they coach alike too. They both suck at
Yeah,
football.
they're not great.
Don't we all wish we can go back to the days of like Kwame Brown, Rasho
He don't want to
Nasarovich?
play.
Throw a parade.
All right, let's move over to the college scene, bro. Golly. I want to talk about Cooper Flagg, man. Cooper Flagg, I know he was my preseason pick to win the Wooden Award, but like he's truly, if he keeps playing the way that he does, it's weird. He plays up to the competition. In the 2 games that they've played ranked opponents, he's averaging 25 points on efficient shooting. He had 26 and 11 against Kentucky and 24 and 6 against Arizona. Very, very good in his rookie year. Let's do this. Let's check in on our preseason picks for the Wooden Award. So I just talked about Cooper Flagg. I know you've been watching Davis a little bit. How's Davis been doing? I know both of you guys picked him.
I mean, he's been playing good. I mean, he had the bad game against Kansas, but I think he still needs to get better shooting the 3 ball. I mean, he's shooting 22% from 3, which is bad.
That's really
and 34% from the field. So I mean, he's been okay. I mean, he's still averaging almost 18 a game, but UNC's been getting help from, like I've been mentioning, Elliot Cadeau and Seth Trimble. But is he a Wooden Award winner right now? I don't think so.
Not.
Probably not. He's got to improve his 3-point shot, which he's got to improve.
And what about our preseason champion picks? I picked the Baylor Bears, so I'll get started while you guys get your stuff pulled up. Bears looking good. 4-2 in the early going. Their 2 losses to the 6th-ranked Gonzaga, where they got absolute bodied to start the year, and lost to Tennessee in their most recent game by a good bit. But they beat Arkansas, who's ranked. They beat the Johnnies, who are ranked. So they played a lot of good opponents. They play UConn next week.
Oof.
That's what I'm saying. They've played a
good luck.
Their record, they're going to be probably 5-3 after that.
But that's good. That's good
But
for
it's
the
all
conference
quality.
play.
It's all quality losses. Because after UConn, it takes a dip for a little bit. They're playing Albany Christian, Norfolk State, Arlington Baptist, and Utah. Okay.
Arlington Baptist.
Well, Utah kicks off conference play, but then once you get conference, you know how it's going to be. It's going to be an absolute dogfight.
Yeah.
But I think this Baylor team has really proven in the early going, like, this is why I predicted them to be this good, because they're facing these good teams, and they're iron sharpens iron. And they're getting that, I feel like, more so than any other team in the early going, and I feel like that's going to benefit them down the line. VJ Edgecombe hasn't been great. His efficiency has been lackluster, but he's only 6 games into his collegiate career. You take what you can get. Noshad Armier, that's not his name, Omier. Really, really good, 60% from the field, averaging a double-double. Like this Bears team, I think this is the reason why I picked them in the early bits of the season. I think 3-point efficiency definitely is going to be their Achilles heel. Shooting at 37%. So if they can improve upon that, they're going to be a dangerous squad. What about you guys? JD, what about you?
Yeah, Kansas 5-0 right now. Where did it go? I'm pulling it up quick. They're 5-0. I know as Corey said, they beat UNC. They also beat Michigan State, who's always competitive, by 8. They have Duke tomorrow, so curious to see how they look with that. Creighton as well next week. So those are 2 big games for them. I know tomorrow night.
Cooper Flagg legacy.
Yeah, he might. He might have that game. I mean, Duke beat Arizona the other night, too. Arizona's pretty good. So, for my sake, hopefully Kansas can just keep winning so I look like I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, like I said, Creighton next week is another tough game for them. So, at least Kansas challenging themselves, too. By the end of December, they'll be getting into conference play. So, hopefully they're undefeated by then, and they just keep rolling.
So I had Bama. They're 4-1. They're off to a good start. I mean, their schedule hasn't been the hardest. I mean, they played UNC, Asheville, and Arkansas State. Squeaked away against McNeese. They lost to a good Purdue team, but they did get a win against the top 25 Illinois. But their schedule is going to get tough. They have Houston, Rutgers, at UNC, and then home against Creighton. So they got a very tough schedule. But
6 straight ranked games? Jesus.
Well, Rutgers will be probably out, but they're still pretty good.
yeah.
And McNeese is I know you said they squeaked. McNeese is a team who usually makes a tournament.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Will they play Kent State coming up? Let's go. My boy plays Kent State. Shout out Sion Medley.
Kent State.
But other than that, I mean, I was talking about that, their offense will be led by Mark Sears, and right now it's been Grant Nelson leading the offense. I mean, Sears is 40% field goal shooting, but 29% from 3, so some things to work on. But a lot of their seniors, again, just topping the point totals. And their freshman guard, LeBaron Fillin, I think that's how you say it. I mean, he's averaging 12, 4, and 5 right now, 55% shooting from the field. So their offense is, they have depth, but I think Sears definitely needs to improve that 3-point shot. But yeah, that schedule is going to get tough.
Yeah.
It's going to get tough for them.
Bama's finally gonna have a successful team. Who would have thought?
Give me the Tide.
Roll Tide. Hey, to see here, we got some breaking news.
You guys all done with college basketball?
Yes.
All right. Vinny, I know you will like this a lot. So we mentioned this after the Stipe versus John Jones fight. I personally said that I didn't think that John Jones was going to be fighting Tom Aspinall.
No.
So 30 minutes ago, John Jones was quoted of saying on a podcast on the ESPN MMA, right now, the UFC and I, we are in negotiations. I will be competing in 2025, more than likely. Tom Aspinall responds to the post, plans in place, see you soon.
Let's go, dude.
It might actually be happening. I did not think it was going to happen. I was honestly looking more forward to like maybe a Derek Lewis versus John Jones fight if that could ever possibly happen. I don't know about that. I know he said he wanted to take on legends.
Yeah.
I don't know another legend besides him. Maybe DC comes back out of retirement. Probably not. He should probably take care of his kids. I don't know if he wants to deal with a fourth fight against John Jones. But yeah, that's the breaking news I just saw.
Dude.
But John Jones, Tom Aspinall, sometime in 2025, most likely happening. Did not think it was going to be
Finally, bro.
happening, but looks
I
like
mean,
it's
we'll
pointed
still have to
that
wait.
way.
Just because he's planning on doing it doesn't mean he's gonna do
But
it.
compared to what he said after the fight, that he wasn't even really going to be looking at like negotiations and like that sort of thing.
Take what you get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's definitely
Just
a good sign.
reel me in a little bit longer, please.
That's a very good sign.
Okay. All right, let's wrap this up like we always do with predictions, except this week, not one, not two, not three. But we got 4 this week with the gobble to gobble, the 3 gobble gobble games coming up as Cameron still the king, followed by Big Z and Bernie, and then myself and Corey. Let's go.
10 and 5
And then
gang.
JD, Soren, and Ben. Everyone got a point last week, except for Ben with his bold prediction of a 10-10 tie. So he is in the cellar and will most likely live down there, especially after some of these picks. But let's kick it off with tonight, Monday Night Football, Chargers and Ravens. I have the Ravens winning 37-31. Reason being, a couple weeks ago, this Chargers team faced the Bengals, and it was an absolute shootout. I think it's going to be similar tonight. I think Soren's fantasy team is going to reap the benefits, as per usual. He's going to end up coming back and beating Biggs, unfortunately, as he shakes his head from behind the scenes. But no, I really think this will be a really high-scoring offensive game, which I feel like in the last few weeks for my Monday night picks, I've been saying they're going to be low scoring. I think this one's going to be an absolute shootout. But I have the Ravens slightly beat. I think the Ravens will come up with one key touchdown that puts them ahead and just makes the deficit too big for the Chargers to come back. JD, who do you got?
Yeah, so I'm not confident at all in this pick. I just picked to try to make a move up in the standings. I have the Chargers 24-20 tonight. The only thing I could say is that the Chargers have the best defense in the NFL. The Ravens have the best offense. I usually think when that matchup happens, the defense usually shows up more than the offense. So that's really the only reason why I would say the Chargers are winning, but that's all I got.
Corey?
I got the Ravens 27-20. Again, I think the Ravens offense is going to be better. They played the Steelers defense last week. Shout out to the Steel Curtain. The Ravens defense tightened up against the Steelers, but I still think it's going to be a shootout. I think Lamar's going to bounce back. Ravens 27-20. Derrick Henry's going to have 2 tuds. He's going to be feasting before he feasts with his family on Thursday.
Okay. Cameron?
So I personally do not know why John's not confident in picking the Chargers. I picked the score before I picked the team this week. I have the Ravens winning 24-20. I think it's going to be a close defensive battle. I mean, the Chargers have only let up 2 games by more than 20 points, whether they won or lost, and that was, like Vinny just said, the Bengals were one of them. I don't know who the other team is. Honestly, I forgot to look it up. But I think the Baltimore Ravens just have better weapons offensively, but I would not be shocked if the Chargers end up winning this game. They have the second best third down defense in the entire NFL right now. It's going to be a dogfight. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a shootout, but I think defense is going to step up big tonight. It's going to be it's one of those. I've been saying it a while. These Monday night games have not been that exciting, but this is the week where it definitely could be a defensive battle or an absolute shootout. It's so hard to tell.
All right, Soren gave us notes for him not being here. He has the Ravens winning 27-20, and I quote: Lamar Jackson will hopefully ball out against the Chargers. A Derrick Henry touchdown, an Zay Flowers touchdown, and it will be an exciting game to watch.
He's just hoping his fantasy team scores
Yes.
touchdowns, pretty much.
I can't wait to read his prediction for the Lions game, which will come up next. Mr. Biggs has the Ravens high-scoring affair, but the Ravens winning 31-27. Any bold predictions?
I don't know, but I'm scared for tonight, dude.
Fantasy? Wait, what happened?
I need McConkey to play.
He needs McConkey to play, ladies and gentlemen.
Is he
Otherwise,
questionable?
Yeah.
Okay.
better get Josh Palmer ready. Ben has.
Should we just go through all of Ben's picks like right now?
Yeah, just
Yeah, quick shout out to Ben making my job super easy.
I'll go over the teams
Yeah.
for each pick, but he picked every score to be 17-10. Thanks. Thank you for making Cameron's job.
We'll
easy.
see if one of those hit.
So he has the Ravens side 17-10, and Bernie has a slight victory for the Ravens 27-24. So JD, the lone Chargers fan tonight,
yeah,
trying to make up ground.
not really, but yeah.
As we move over,
Wait, I forgot to mention one thing. The Chargers have the second best third down defense behind the Lions, number one. I wrote that in my notes. I
Of
did
course
not.
you did.
Had to throw
All
that
right.
in there.
As we move over to the gobble games, we'll go with the early one. The one that I know Cameron will be watching, but I feel like a lot of people forget about the early game. People are
Yeah.
usually cooking food, getting ready
Driving
for the
over.
night. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Mostly they know the score of the game before it even happens, or at least they know the victor before it happens.
I mean, Cameron, you want to go first, or
Yeah,
you just want to get out of the way?
with your team.
Yeah, I guess I'll go first. So, I really didn't want to pick them because, I mean, this year is the first year in a long time where I actually will not be traveling to Michigan for Thanksgiving. Usually dinner, very tasty, very yummy, very disappointing. Usually the uncles and my dad, not really too chatty. Usually it is a Lions blowout some way, somehow. Even last year when we had such a good season, one of those 3 losses was on Thanksgiving, not shockingly. But, my phone just closed. I have the Lions winning 28-13. I do not like Caleb Williams. I do not trust him. I do not think he's going to have a good game. I think the Lions are finally going to win on Thanksgiving.
Maybe you've been the hex the whole time.
Honestly,
well, since
man.
he gave the chant.
Yeah, should I even watch it?
No.
Honestly, maybe. I don't know. It's like Thanksgiving tradition to watch the Lions disappoint and lose.
Just go back and watch like a few years ago. Just go back and watch old games. If you watch
which era are we talking? We're going Matt Patricia, Jim Schwartz, Jim Caldwell.
08 Lions. Just watch Orlovsky run out of gas.
Yeah. The only thing I wrote is just don't ruin Thanksgiving again. I wouldn't be that disappointed if they lose on Thanksgiving just because it is tradition. But 28-13 Lions.
Nothing better than Lions losses in Turkey, apparently, in the Gorman household. I have the Lions 24-14. I think Caleb Williams has another great game, but I don't think the offense is going to do enough. I think the Lions will take care of business. Probably force a couple turnovers. I'm gonna say Tim Patrick scores a touchdown. That's my
Let's
bold
go.
prediction.
Yeah.
Timmy P, have a day.
Well, if Montgomery is still questionable, maybe Craig Reynolds touchdown too.
Oh.
We split the backfield.
Wait, do you mean
between,
Josh Reynolds?
Yeah, we split the backfield between Craig Reynolds and Jameer Gibbs. Craig Reynolds anytime.
Okay. JD, who you got?
I got the Lions 30-13. I just think at this point we can realize that the Lions are the best team in the NFL, and I just think that Caleb Williams will have a rough game. I feel on the short week with the way the Lions are no one's just having success against them right now. So I think Caleb's going to embarrass himself on national television to start the day.
Corey?
Similar to John, I had Lions 30-17. The Lions, they're going to win on Thanksgiving. I mean, just all around both sides of the ball, they really are the best team in the league. Caleb looked good this week, but like John said, I don't know, in Detroit and no Jack Harlow halftime, just
Shabuzi.
Even worse.
yeah, I just think the Lions will take care of the Bears 30-17.
Time for Soren's pick.
Soren, oh yeah, let's hear
With
this.
the Lions winning 30-20. Amon-Ra will hopefully ball out against them, along with the dynamic duo of Sonic and Knuckles.
Knuckles, yeah.
Sorry, do you not know how to spell Knuckles?
Dalton Kneckles.
That's what that's what I thought. I was like, is he trying to write Kincaid? Like, what is he? But yeah, the anecdote of Sonic and Kneckles at running back to score touchdowns. Hopefully, it will be the best game to watch for Thanksgiving.
No, not the best game.
Honestly,
I'm just looking at his next prediction. Just what he wrote about it.
Soren, I appreciate this, bro. All right, Jack has
Oh,
the
that's such a good way of
Bears
putting it.
to win 24-21. Any bold predictions, Mr. Biggs? Not really. Just Lions lose.
I appreciate the honesty, though.
No
He's probably
hopeful
right.
fantasy implications to start the week. Yeah, he'll
Yeah,
get
Gibbs
his 20
will,
points.
Bernie has the Bears to win by just 1 point, 21-20. Let's see. His prediction is
Valid.
DeAndre Swift 2 touchdowns, revenge game.
I was gonna say Roshan Johnson.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
And then Ben Galco from the wonderful score of 17-10. Chicago Bears.
Brock Wright touchdown, probably.
Brock Wright's a dog. All right, to the afternoon game.
Actually, take that back. Penny Sewell touchdown. He throws it and catches it by himself.
It
does a backflip.
Mariota play. All right. To the dinner game, which if you have plans at 4:30, don't make it to watch the game. Make sure you spend time with your family on Thanksgiving. Make sure you show them all the love you can, because this game sucks. This game is so bad. We have the at the moment Tommy DeVito led New York Giants going into the wonderful AT&T Stadium.
Led by Daniel Jones.
Yeah, soon to be led by Daniel Jones. If not, as Cameron has it, Italy versus Ginger. We'll get Cooper Rush coming off of a victory, so maybe it's a bounce back letdown spot. That's what I have. I have the Giants winning 20-13. No rhyme or reason. I want to see Tommy Cutlets win. We don't want turkey on Thanksgiving. We want cutlets. Malik Neighbors makes Diggs his son. Mosses him. Let's go, Neighbors. Yeah, that's why I couldn't care less about this game. I'm not gonna watch it. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your family. This is a waste of time. Corey, go.
Same thing. Giants 20-16. So as Cameron said last week, this is when the food coma is going to kick in. Hopefully, when I wake up, I see the Giants win the game 20-16. Both of these teams stink. The Cowboys stink at home. Giants are bad in the passing department. Cowboys are bad in the rushing department. Tyron Tracy's going to be running it up with his legs. And both QBs will have a touchdown.
He's gonna be burned off the turkey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I hope AT&T Stadium, like the roof just collapses or something. I don't know.
Jesus.
Like, just, I don't know, anything.
JD.
And I got the Cowboys 21-13. I would love to pick my guy Tommy Cutlets, but after not his performance yesterday, but just the team performance, looked like they are done with Coach Daboll. The defense looked like they didn't not even want to be on the field yesterday. Missed tackles, just letting those guys run all over the place. So I mean, at that point, if you're losing, Tommy Cutlets is not the type of guy that can come back with his arm. And I think the key to this game, because I have it as an 8-point win by the Cowboys, a block punt or like block kick will be the reason why the Cowboys win this game.
Bold prediction.
Yeah.
Cameron.
So, I got the Cowboys winning 24-10. I think Malik Neighbors' interview yesterday in the locker room pretty much sums up that the Giants have officially lost the team. The organization, just doesn't care about them. I think they're just trying to win the fans back by playing Tommy DeVito. No one looks like they want to play for that team. I would be shocked if Brian Daboll is still employed, but that is probably a worse regime than North Korea right now. So, I guess
Wow.
I guess we'll go Jalen Tolbert anytime touchdown for that game.
Anytime.
Oh man.
Wow.
I'll read Soren's pick. Ready? So he got the Cowboys winning 20-10. And I quote, "This match will be a pillow fight." And I think that C space D space Lamb, the way he wrote it, can score a touchdown, and that defense can hopefully lock in for an interesting Thanksgiving game. That it will not be an
Interesting is not the word to use.
No.
Maybe what's interesting is how much sleep you're going to catch up on, but
Tickle
That's
fight.
that's when the food coma. That's when the food coma will be really. That is the cripple fight.
Toilet bowl game of the week.
Mr. Biggs has the Cutlets versus Rush matchup. Going to Cutlets 21-18. Jack, any bold predictions?
Every Giants point is defensive.
Every.
The Cowboys don't score a touchdown.
So Brandon Aubrey, all the points has a Boswell-esque game, and Thibodeau fumble 6, Thibodeau pick 6, Thibodeau punt return 6.
And then game MVP Tommy DeVito, instead of eating turkey legs, he eats cutlets. Yes.
Yeah, all right.
And then Diggs safety.
Bernie has the Cowboys narrowly winning 20-18. Zeke Elliott feasts. On a day that you eat, Zeke Elliott eats. And Ben Galko on a day where he'll probably be indulging some turkey, some stuffing, some cranberry sauce. Cranberry sauce sucks. I bet you can't guess the score.
17-10, maybe.
Oh, 17-10, Cowboys win. As we move to the final game, this is truly an interesting game.
I'm gonna read Soren's when it's time.
Oh, I wanted to read it.
We can read it together.
Read it in unison.
We'll read it together.
The Green Bay go Packers. The Packers hosting the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, number 1. Okay, I had the Packers winning 24-23. Like I said, since Tua's come back, 23 plus points every game. Trend continues. I think the offense will still produce to an extent, but they don't play well in the cold. I think maybe Brandon McManus, another walk-off kick. Yeah, it's weird. It's a tough game to predict. Yeah, go Packers. Corey.
Packers 28-21. Adding to your stat, Tua's 0-7 in his career when the temperature is 40 degrees or colder, so that was a big reason. Also, Josh Jacobs, shout out number 5 now.
Yep.
I have Packers offense has been to the next level with Josh Jacobs.
6.
The offense will be trading blows, but the cold weather and the Packers run game, shout out Josh Jacobs,
Number 7. Yep.
will be the reason why Green Bay wins. And so, yeah, Packers 28-21.
All right, I got the Packers 27-23. I think it's we can agree on going to be the best game of the day. Dolphins have been really hot, but they're going to Lambeau, like hot as a team, but going to Lambeau where it's going to be 30 degrees. I checked the temperature last night, so that's just not good. Good for them. Number 8, Josh Jacobs will steal the show. I will get to him. I'll get one more out of it before we're done. So number 9, Josh Jacobs will steal the show once again. I think this is the type of game where you can see like this can be a playoff. Like, not obviously they won't play each other in the playoffs, but weather-wise, at Lambeau Field could be, a playoff game. They won't host the game, but you know what I mean. Like a cold weather game where he will have to step up. I didn't mention his name there because I'm waiting for number 10 when we get to it. And Tua will have a costly mistake in this game late in the fourth quarter that will help them lose the game.
So it'd be a strip sack fumble. Takes a big
Something
shot.
like that. Yeah, maybe his head like dribbles back again.
Dribble!
Or a pick. Xavier McKinney pick 6. That's what it is. Mark it.
In the great words of Katy Perry, they're hot and they're cold. So they're going to go from being hot to being ice cold, like the ice cream you'll put on your pie.
That was good.
All right, so I have the green team winning 24-17. Yeah, do I really want to root for the Packers? No. Is it really cold in Wisconsin? Put it down. Yeah.
Cheesehead, baby.
The Dolphins have slowly gotten worse against defending the tight end, allowing 66 receptions on the year.
Tucker Kraft.
I think Tucker Kraft has slowly gotten better over the year. Let's go Tucker Kraft. Big game. In the last 2 games against the Raiders and the Patriots, they have let up 14 receptions against the Raiders and 9 against the Patriots. I know, like, Brock Bowers is just a dog. I don't know what's with rookie tight ends. Sam Laporta should hop back on that train, but hasn't yet. Let's go Tucker Kraft. Big game. No cheeseheads.
Okay.
You want? I'll read the first one up to the comma, and then you can just finish.
Sounds good.
So Soren has Green Bay. What was his prediction?
27-20.
27-20. It will be the battle of 2 decent offensives. Okay. It will be the battle. Wait a minute.
2 decent offenses.
Okay. Yeah.
all
It will
right.
be the battle of 2 decent offensives.
No, read it how he wrote.
Offensives. And Josh Jacobs
10.
and Romeo Dobbs will ball.
Dobbs is spelled wrong, by the way. Each having a touchdown. The Packers will play good defense against the overhyped Dolphins, Dolphins, in this game. Soren, proofread. Oh my God, dude.
Still a good pick. We love you, Soren, but still, you know.
What was that? Romeo Dubes?
No, it's spelled Romeo Dobbs.
I know
like-
it's
like
it has
Josh.
a U, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's spelled like the astronaut, Josh Dobbs.
What happened to him?
He's now
Let's look.
Mr. Biggs has the Green Bay Packers in a
Is that
shootout, 30-24. Any bold predictions, Jack?
Oh, he's on Niners. Is he practice?
Jordan Love, greatest fantasy game of all time, as I had dealt Mr. Love to Mr. Biggs.
Nice.
He's
How many points do you think he's gonna get?
40. 65. So he's gonna play both sides. He's gonna have a Taysom Hill game.
How many
Don't
touchdowns?
bring that guy up ever again.
He's gonna have 4 touchdowns, 2-point conversions,
Couple rushing touchdowns.
couple rushing. He'll catch a few.
Maybe a
100
punt
sack.
return. They'll throw him in for a punt return.
Yes. Bernie, interesting score, has the Packers 28-25. We're gonna say
Christian Watson.
I was gonna say Christian Watson legacy.
Yeah, make up for yesterday.
And Ben Galko. By the score, 17-10.
Who's their center? He'll run it in.
Jair Alexander will get a rushing touchdown. That's Ben's ball.
Let's go.
But hopefully we can shake up the standings a little bit. I know a couple picks we're very much seeing eye to eye on.
Yeah.
Maybe we can close in on the crown as the season draws to a close. Does reset in the spring, Cam, though. That's the only thing.
I know. I mean, it is what it is. Honestly, I'm hoping to keep my crown for this season, but if anything, just lose it to a 4-eye, fellow 4-eye.
You don't want to lose it to me.
The CFP
No.
will shake it up.
Oh,
Yeah, we will do.
The
We will do
CFP.
Those
CFP.
will shake it up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's our picks for the week. With the holiday coming up, we'll wrap up the show with one last little thing. What is your Thanksgiving hot take? What is a burning opinion that people might not agree with about Thanksgiving?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
just know turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes are good, and I eat it. and dessert.
I got
Oh
it.
yeah,
Got
pumpkin
it.
pie.
Cameron, what is your Thanksgiving hot take?
So I've been told this is like crazy. Like I love my Thanksgiving dinner. I absolutely love it. But my Thanksgiving day is not complete without a Wawa gobbler. Like probably 4 hours after. Like I don't touch pumpkin pie until I have a Wawa gobbler. Like
Are you
immediately after.
serious?
Yeah, dude,
That's
I love.
crazy.
Because like usually like now that I'm back, like especially in college, like I was like I can't really eat the gobbler a whole lot with like not being home. So like what I've done for the last couple of years since being in college is once I get done eating dinner, like food coma a little bit, lay there. And then usually, like, I'll hang out with some friends, like Friendsgiving around, like, 11 o'clock at night. We'll stop at Wawa and get a gobbler before, like, maybe Black Friday festivities begin.
It's a strategy, man. What is with you and your oddball sandwiches? That, the Big Mott's?
What's wrong with the gobbler? The gobbler's great.
It's an abnormal sandwich to get for Wawa.
All right, for context, because I know we probably have some Staten Islanders watching the show.
I've heard of it, though. I know
Wawa-
exactly what Wawa
Yeah,
is.
so Wawa is a convenience store, the best convenience store in the world.
It's not a convenience store. It's a convenient home.
It is Mecca.
It is.
It is Mecca. It is a hoagie on ambrosio bread with mashed potatoes, turkey, gravy, stuffing, and cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
All wrapped in a hoagie.
Corey, what is? I don't know if you can compare. What is your hot
I don't
take?
know. I just don't like cranberry sauce. Like we were talking about it before.
I can agree.
It's very good or best.
Big stuffing guy.
Whoa.
Big mashed potatoes or gravy.
Big
Like,
spread
easy
cranberry
gravy.
guy?
what's up?
Big spread
Yeah.
cranberry guy?
Yeah.
I take it or leave it.
Wow. No, spread cranberry's good. I did put that on my Christmas list this year. I sent to Venice. I said, hey, as many as possible.
I went home the other weekend. My brother had 8 12 packs. I took 2.
Fair. Valid. Let's get the 2 liters. It's cheaper. It's like $2.50 a bottle.
There's nothing like
Per
cracking a
diem,
cold one.
But per diem is cheaper though.
I guess, but like, I don't know.
JD, burning hot Thanksgiving hot take.
I just said
You just
I
went to him
just
before.
cut-
I don't have anything for you. I don't know. I love Thanksgiving. The holidays are great. Have a good time. I don't know. Eat, watch football, enjoy
Bigsy.
family.
Bigsy, what's your hot take? Corn casserole
casserole?
is
Never had it.
phenomenal.
Never had.
I feel like I haven't tried it enough, so I have to indulge. Might have to make it this year now. Guess we'll find out.
Oh, actually, green bean casserole is also mid. not a big fan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
anyone who
not a
likes
big
that
fan.
food is
My parents make it for themselves like every Thanksgiving. And it's like, oh, let's just like, leave it. I'm good.
I have a smaller hot take that stuffing with meat is the only way to have stuffing. It has to have like sausage or something. That's the best way to have
Do you
stuffing.
not like stuff
Really?
it in the bread or not the bread, the turkey?
What?
Do you have it stuffed in the turkey because then it has like some of the turkey juice on it, like, on
Yeah.
the stuffing?
No, I won't like my
That's
uncle.
not what
Does,
parents
my uncle
usually
does like
do.
sausage stuffing, banging. But my real Thanksgiving hot take is that the holiday of Thanksgiving is better than the holiday of Christmas. I like Thanksgiving more. First off, football has more of my investment. Second off, we do the 7 fishes at Christmas. I don't like seafood, so like that. The dinner is so much better at Thanksgiving. And third, there is nothing better than a bunch of out of shape adults playing football and like playing like their life depends on it. Whether it's us playing in the streets of Hamilton, New Jersey, and my cousin and I go like tackling each other in the streets with cars coming by every 30 seconds and me yelling at the cars for driving by on a main road, or if it's in the morning and playing with former NFL quarterback Trace McSorley. I did get to do that last year. Great experience. And me dropping a pass from him and being embarrassed and then putting on cleats and turning into prime Odell Beckham Jr.
You played with Trace McSorley?
I did play with Trace McSorley last year. Yeah, crazy. My cousin's boyfriend, my cousin's now fiance, sister or cousin is married to Trace, and
Sick.
he had gotten cut 2 days before. Yeah, so he showed up.
Grind doesn't stop, I guess.
No, he,
Throw it on a dime.
he did throw 2 interceptions though. Yeah, well, I mean, one of them I did stop running my route, and the guy just jumped the route, so that was partly on me. But I did connect for a touchdown, and we celebrated. And then the next play, I almost took out his throwing arm, because we're playing sevens flag, and my guy runs across, and he was playing like middle linebacker, and I try to jump the route, and he jumps, and I bang straight into his throwing arm.
Oh.
And I'm like, "Are you good?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He's like, "Are you fine?" I'm like, "I don't have a career, but I'm not playing in the NFL. You are." But that was actually a really, really cool experience.
That's awesome.
Might have to play. Weather's looking like a little bit rainy though, so might have to battle through the
Football
elements. on
weather.
Thursday.
Football
Yeah,
weather.
exactly. I'm very excited. I haven't decided if I'm going to play. I'm still recovering, but I might just trooper on. You know,
Kicker, special teams.
we did do field goal kicks after. We did the field goal kicks here, and that's what's so sad because I was killing the kicks last year. So I got to work on my rhythm, I guess. Like round 2. Yeah. Hope all you boys have a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to
what's
the viewers.
Last thing, what's your favorite dish at Thanksgiving? What's your favorite part? What's your favorite specific item at
Mashed
Thanksgiving?
potatoes, man.
Mashed
The
potatoes.
gravy. That's it.
Stuffing. With like, it's got to be like stuffing with side of like corn.
My mom, I don't know if she's making it again this year, but my mom used to make this like melted marshmallow thing with mandarin oranges.
Mm.
So good. But like she would like make it the day before and then have it in the freezer. So it was kind of like the mandarin oranges were almost like Jello. So gas.
Big Z. Ride or die corn casserole.
Soren?
I have to try that.
Soren?
His beef nachos.
Gobbler.
beef.
His beef
The
nachos.
provolone.
The beef nut.
I'll say the sausage stuffing, but I hope all you boys have a good holiday.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week though.
Oh yeah.
One final hurrah, right?
No, 2 more. 2 months.
More.
2 months. But yeah, so hope all you boys are having a good holiday. Everyone at home, work, wherever you guys are tuning in from, have a great Thanksgiving. But for Corey Ayub to my right, JD and Cam to my left, Big Z behind the camera, and everyone here in the He Knows Ball, I'm Vincent Goldschmidt. Stay ballin' straight.